Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Azika Hanindita, and today I will to talk about sociolinguistic, a branch of linguistic which is related to language and society. Sociolinguistic help us understand how people use language differently depending on social factors such as age, region, and culture, also social status. First, sociolinguistic itself focuses on how language use differs across social groups. For example, people may speak differently in formal situations compared to informal ones. Next is language variation. Language variation refers to difference in language use influenced by social factors. One common example is the difference between formal and informal language, such as speaking politely to teachers but casually to a friend. A dialect is a variety of language associated with a particular region or social group. For example, British English and American English are different dialects but of the same language. Related to dialect is accent, which refers specifically to pronunciation features influenced by speaker's background, such as French accent in English. Another important concept is register. Register is language variation according to situation or activity. For instance, legal language is very different from casual everyday conversation. Similarly, style refers to variation in speech based on the level of formality, such as casual speech versus careful speech. Next, we have speech community. A speech community is a group of people who shares norms for language use. University students, for example, often share similar ways of speaking and expressions. Code switching is the practice of alternating between two language or language varieties in interaction. For example, mixing Indonesian and English in conversation. Meanwhile, code mixing happens when elements of one language are inserted into another, such as saying, "Aku lagi meeting sekarang." Another key term is dyslexia. Dyslexia refers to the use of two language varieties for different functions, such as high and low varieties in Arabics, where one is used formally and the other informally. Next is language attitude. Language attitude refers to speakers' belief and feelings about language or varieties. For example, some people think one accent sounds more prestigious than the others. Related to this prestige, which is the social value attached to a language variety, such as standard English. A standard language is socially accepted and institutionalized variety. In Indonesia, this would be Bahasa Indonesia Baku. On the other hand, a non-standard variety is not associated with formal institutions such as slang. Language identity shows how language reflects social identity. People may use a local dialect to show a sense of belonging. Closely related is language and power, which explains how language reflects or reinforces social hierarchy, for example, through formal titles in bureaucracy. Next, gender and language refers to differences in language use related to gender. For instance, women are often described as using more polite forms in certain cultures. Language change happens when language evolves over time due to social factors, such as creation of new slang among young people. Then, ethnicity and language focuses on how language is used is associated with ethnic groups such as ethnic dialect. Finally, we have multilingualism. Multilingualism is the use of more than one language by an individual or within a community. For example, many people in Indonesia speak Indonesian, Japanese, and English. In conclusion, sociolinguistic help us understand how language is shaped by society and how it reflects who we are, where we came from, and how we interact with others. By learning these key terms, we can better appreciate diversity and complexity of language use in everyday life. So, I think that's it for the review. Thank you for watching and see you on the next material.